64-bit legends. Welcome.
Legend of the game like GoldenEye, I'm more than right.
Yeah.
The perfect dark is dreams that seem to come to light. 64-bit, the shit, it's as real as it
Yeah.
gets. We can
Yeah.
talk sports, games, and music, take your pick. Point with the news, pull up and crack a brew. Smoke one with the crew,
Smoke.
tune in and take a view.
Watch.
We here to raise the bar from the lowest mark. Sit your ass down and listen, it's time for the show to start.
Welcome to another episode of the 64-Bit Legends. I am Bobby, the best in the business caboose. As always, looking for that hot tag in 2023. Melvin fucking Troy.
Hot tag.
Hot tagging.
Hot tagging. I am hot tagging so much that I'm working up a sweat. It's so hot.
Yep.
It's like a hot yoga thing.
And it's a new year. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a brand new year. You know what they say? New year,
Same old us.
new me.
Oh.
New beard.
New beard?
No, I don't know. It's
New year, new beard?
new.
New year,
It's
new
all,
beer?
It's all new. It's all new to me. It's all
Dude,
new.
My slogan for 2023 is anything can happen.
Anything. Well, you know what? Anything can happen. That is true.
Anything can happen.
I almost was going to say something that was going to give something away, and I don't want to do that. It was something we were just talking about
Oh,
with somebody, but we got to keep that.
is it with the 64-Bit Legends Royal Rumble?
It is. It has have a little something to do with that.
So, in the past, I'm not giving anything away. We've had EHW originals.
Yep.
We've had
Yep.
people from all around the world.
Yep.
What would stop someone who may be a former tag team champion?
Well, if they're a fucking piece of shit like Scott Steiner.
Oh yeah, that's
guy,
true. But,
you know,
I mean, it's
he's-
an open invitation, so I'm kind of curious on who's going to show up
It's true. There's
to rumble with the legends.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to come out a little bit further along than what we have already put out right now. There's been a few out currently, but there's a lot of surprises.
Yep.
There's a lot of surprises. We're seeing this right now is not to date it too much, but there's basically some familiar faces with a new face, but there's going to be some more new faces.
Yeah.
And that's the part I'm excited for. But
And I'm excited because, we use the word legends because we're legends.
yeah,
What if there's some other legends that enter this rumble?
that
Like,
would be pretty great. I'm going to be honest.
So I'm excited to see who enters because it's literally like in high school or whatever they're like, oh, sign up to be on student council, and they just have a sign up board. That's kind of
Yeah.
how our rumble is. We just put it up on the board. If you go over there and sign it, you're in.
Yeah, unless you're Scott Steiner, which
Yeah.
he's banned. He has a lifelong ban to our Royal Rumble.
Well, he lost the loser leave town match at 64-Bit Mania last year.
That's
to
right,
you.
he did.
So-
he deservedly so.
Yeah.
So
he's that loser left town.
yeah, he's the fuck. He got the fuck out of here. Him and his dumb fucking chainmail helmet. Why don't you go do math somewhere else? You fucking big Papa Pump idiot. Fucking that fucking piece of shit. If somebody listen, if somebody were to create a version of him in Grand Theft Auto roleplay, and they threw him in a car and then drove that car off of a cliff into the water in GTA, I wouldn't be upset about it.
Or in Red Dead, if you tied him to the back of a horse.
Yeah.
And you made him make a decision either in a river or
Yeah.
on a train track and just
Yeah.
left him and, he thinking that he would make the right decision.
Well, that is the best way to play. That's the way I like to do it. I like to give my victims in Red Dead a choice where, yeah, you hog time, you put them on the train tracks, and if they get themselves free, they don't even have to get themselves free. They just got to roll off the tracks.
Yep.
They're fine. But every time I ride away and then the train starts a coming and I get that little image on the bottom that says that I've done a bad deed.
Yep.
So it's like
All
they
those
did it.
bad deeds are Scott Steiner.
I know. That's my Steiner notification. That's my Steinification.
That's your Steiner math.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, suck it,
body
Steiner.
count.
Suck it, you fucking idiot. Fucking Scott Steiner. Yeah, Scott Steiner should just fucking... He should burn in a fire in GTA 5 or Red Dead. They should put him in that in real life because that'd be fucking terrible. Nobody would like that. But
Anywho,
that's That's what Steiner gets. But it's a new year.
It is a new year.
We put a lot of that stuff away. From all the fucking baggage of 2022 has been boxed up.
Yep.
It's been put in a storage unit.
Yep.
And, we're still making payments on it, but it's in the unit and we don't have to look at it anymore.
And we're moving forward.
Yes.
We see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
Or are we at the beginning of the tunnel?
Well, we're in the beginning of a new tunnel.
New tunnel.
Yeah, but there was light, and then there's like another light
Yeah.
further
So
ahead.
we're dropping Skittles.
Yep.
So we know the path back.
Yep. And this is what's so great about it is you go, great things are happening no matter where you look.
Yep.
No matter where you look, there's a lot of great things happening. I don't follow sports, but I heard there was a really good game the other day.
Are you
Football.
Are you talking about last night? What we're gonna talk about? Or
Yeah.
a different.
I heard
Because there
there
was
was
a
a
couple good games on Saturday,
Oh.
leading up to the national championship. Yesterday wasn't too good of a game because
No?
we usually don't talk sports, on the show. But
Not too much.
Damar Hamlin.
I don't know who he is.
He's the defensive player for the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Makes a tackle.
Uh-huh.
Kind of got hit hard in the chest.
Uh-huh.
Gets up.
Yeah.
And just faints. And
Because he did such a great job, he was like, "Whew,
no,
I did it." No.
he went into cardiac arrest. And
okay. And people liked that. That's what they wanted in the.
they did not want to see that.
Okay, they didn't have.
No,
So
this-
people in the stadium did not have a bloodlust.
No.
Okay.
No, everyone kind of, the whole stadium got quiet.
Okay.
The teams, kind of went down on a knee, were praying. A lot of guys were crying because
Okay,
they did CPR on him for 9 minutes.
Because I was so I must have got my wires crossed because I saw on social media everyone was talking about this game that Skip Bayless was talking about. Apparently, he's making waves talking about the game, but now I'm kind of confused. I don't understand.
So
Skip, is he talking about a different game? Or
no,
is this-
Skip Bayless. People are coming at Skip right now.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of Skip.
No?
I'm just gonna put this out there. Skip's
Is he not a good commentator?
Do you know who Stephen A. Smith is?
He's that black guy.
Yeah,
that-
he's
that's
the
like-
white Stephen A. Smith. He's
Okay.
like a meme now. Like
Okay.
he probably used to have some cred, and now he just does shit for likes and meme status.
Okay.
And I can't stand him. Like he's like, do you know who Dick Vitale is?
No.
Okay, he's like the old man that does college basketball, and he's like, alley-oop, baby. You probably heard him. He's been around for fucking years.
Maybe. I
He's like a
don't-
meme now, too. No one fucking takes him serious. No one fucking cares. Like, he is like old news. So
Yeah.
is Skip Bayless. But for the fact that Skip Bayless tweeted one single thing about, like, it is almost playoff time.
Uh-huh.
These two teams are fighting for playoff position.
Yeah.
And they had to end the game or cancel the game, and he makes one tweet, and people like want to rip his throat out for it.
Well, was he a fan of the opposing team?
No, he's
that-
a neutral body.
Oh, so he didn't even care who won.
No.
He was upset that they canceled the game because someone almost died.
Sort of. Sort of.
Okay.
Well,
but I'm learning a lot about.
well, you read the tweet.
This is why. Well, I read that he was upset that they were canceling the game, and then they were like, and people were like, "Hey, how dare you?" And I was like, "Well, I guess it was a hell of a game. Why would you cancel?"
I mean, it
halfway
was
through?
only in the first quarter, so
Oh.
it wasn't even an eighth done. It was an eighth done.
Okay, I'm not a sports watcher, so this is all news to me. So So my original understanding was, hey, it was a crazy game with some crazy highlights. And apparently there was one highlight. Someone almost died.
Yep.
Skip Bayless, not nonplussed by the whole scenario, upset that they had to cancel the game.
So
and people are coming at his throat. They want him dead,
So
like
he-
the player who almost died.
He didn't die.
Okay.
He didn't die.
Skip Bayless
he's in
is still
critical
alive.
condition. I think I think I saw something that he's at home now.
Okay, well, that's good.
So, but Skip Bayless, yeah, he tweets this thing about like, I wonder, how they're gonna squeeze this game in with the if they cancel it,
Yeah.
with the season coming to an end. It's a logical question. Like,
Yeah.
they only have next week, this upcoming weekend is the final week of the season.
Uh-huh.
So, like I said, these two teams, like if they had nothing to play for, they probably wouldn't give a fuck if the game got canceled. But it was literally like 5 minutes after it happened. People were at his throats. because they didn't cancel the game right away. Bitch, are you a fucking doctor? Like, no, you're not. So why are you on fucking Twitter and whatever and being like, they should cancel the game right away? You don't even know what the fuck's happening. Yeah, the players are crying and all that stuff, but like, you don't know the severity of it.
Yeah.
And then
It could have been a faulty COVID vaccine, from what I heard.
that's again Twitter with the win. People were actually saying that like it was because of the vaccine he got.
It's like, oh, he was in good shape, and he tackled that guy, and then the vaccine was like, now we strike.
Right.
Like, this is, man, this is so. This is a wild set of events here. I'm blown away by this.
But they did do the right thing by canceling the game because the players emotionally.
Yeah.
They didn't know what was going on. They got rushed to the hospital. But for again, I fucking hate Skip Bayless. But for people to like attack him, to be like, just questioning, like, hey, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, that's a man's life as a, risk and all this shit. Like, dude, calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I am curious. I am curious on what happened because. All right. All work aside.
So he did go into cardiac arrest.
Okay.
So they had to revive him.
Got it.
They did CPR on him for I think Joe Buck said for 9 minutes because he was commenting the game.
Yeah.
And they went to ESPN Studios and they talked to analysts there because they didn't want to. I'm guessing they didn't want to show the footage at the field.
True, yeah.
With him getting like carted into an ambulance.
Right.
But they ended up canceling the game, and they're not going to make it up, and it is what it is. But man, the Twitterverse was on fire between the Skip Bayless thing, the fucking vaccines, like that one. I was like someone said that. I think it might have been. They might have even said it on air because that's when I'm like, wait a second. So I look up and people are like, yeah, if you didn't get that damn COVID vaccine, like I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? You don't just randomly drop to your death.
Yeah. So I mean, all work aside, I understand. Yes, it was a bad play, or bad. That was a bad. Well, it was a bad play, but no, it was a bad scenario, and that yes, the guy almost died. It was terrible, but what I'm trying to illustrate is the fact that imagine you just walking in. You're just on Twitter being like, oh, what's going on with this football game all of a sudden? Oh, man, someone almost died. Oh, with the COVID. Like, it's quickly like the COVID vaccine. Next thing you know, it's like Joe Biden killed this guy. You wouldn't be surprised if you get down far enough in a Twitter thread. It was like Joe Biden walked out on the field, shot him in the chest.
You got
and the fucking was like, what?
No,
happened?
or like someone puts a Biden sticker on him, pointing saying, I did that.
Oh, God. Oh, that's coming. I'm sure that's coming. So, that's around the corner.
So, I'm on Twitter and I'm watching Monday Night Raw, and then I'm on commercials. I switch back and forth and to see if they started the game, what's going on. But I'm also on Twitter and I'm refreshing the latest to see if there's an update or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I see something else trending. I'm like, why is this trending?
Yeah,
Owen Hart.
Owen
Hart starts trending.
Is he back?
He might be. So I look at the trending in Owen Hart, and like everyone's like, this reminds me of Owen Hart. This reminds me of Owen Hart. And I'm like, okay. And then
so Vince was behind this.
Maybe. Because then I keep scrolling, and they're like, well, at least the NFL has the decency to cancel the game. Vince McMahon, when Owen Hart died, just said the show must go on. And the pay-per-view continued.
That's fucking...
But from what I know, and this could be, I don't know if this is fact or not, but I believe they announced Owen Hart dying on the way to the hospital. I don't think they announced him dead.
No,
in the arena.
From what I remember, because we watched footage of this.
Yeah, because they tried to oxygen mask him and shit. I don't think he was breathing, but they tried to bring him back, and then they announced him dead in the ambulance.
Yeah, there was what's that? Behind the Ring or whatever, underneath the ring,
Beyond the Mat.
Beyond the Mat. What's the show?
Oh, Dark Side of the Ring.
Dark Side of the Ring. That's it. And they did one on it because it was just a shitty fucking carabiner that was holding him up. I was like, God.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things you get like attached to your thermos.
Yeah.
And he's like, this should hold. Don't worry.
Or your keys.
Yeah. I was like, I just busted. I don't know.
But yeah, they were comparing Damar Hamlin to Owen Hart.
Yeah.
but like even the thing with Owen Hart, like Damar Hamlin, there was footage, like you could see the Twitter video of him falling, right?
Yeah.
He gets up and he collapses. There was little to no footage of Owen Hart falling. I mean, I think there was one, like, not because cell phones weren't around.
Right.
I think there was one camcorder shot, and like you just see a blur.
I bet Vince. I bet every time Vince has to revisit that for somehow. I'm sure there's lawsuits that are continuous.
Yeah,
about it.
by his wife, by Owen's wife.
Yeah, and every time he's like, "Son of a bitch!" Thank God there was no cell phone. Because imagine.
Oh, I know.
If that happened nowadays, it would be everywhere.
Right. But like, so people were like, oh, at least they have the decency to cancel the game. Like Vince did say, like, even that night, I think he said the show must go on.
Yeah.
But like, it's kind of like it kind of does, doesn't it?
Well, it's different though, because in wrestling, it's not a team-based sport necessarily. Like, it's a performance. There are other people's careers banking on the fact that of this night. So, what was it? A pay-per-view when that happened, right? And so
It was Over the Edge.
I don't.
That was a pay-per-view name.
Oh, okay, got it. So, so it's a little different because there's other people, and if you're unaware, you're not just gonna all of a sudden, because they gotta pay them.
Right.
There's a shit, and these guys are making I don't know who else was on that card, but if it wasn't I'm sure whoever the headlining match
I'm sure it was Stone Cold.
Yeah, that's probably not a cheap thing
Right.
just to all of a sudden just pull it just because someone got injured in a quote unquote sport where there's a lot of injury
Right.
because they do risky shit.
And you don't know the severity of things right away. So like again, after watching that documentary, like I think you agree that they didn't announce him dead in the ring.
No,
they announced him dead, on the way to the hospital or whatever.
Yeah, Vince didn't come out and be like, it's hard to break it, everybody, but Owen Hart just died, so
His heart ain't ticking no more.
yeah. Next up is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. It was just
Glass
like
breaks. It's
yeah,
just,
right. Yeah. But like even when Jerry the King had his heart attack,
I remember that.
you
Yeah.
know, the show went on.
Yeah.
Except they didn't have commentary. They
That's
just
true.
took the commentary off as respect to him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like a part of that's like a machine. So a part of the machine broke down. With football, and now granted, somebody listening to this could be like, "How dare you?" I don't watch sports, so you got to understand. Like I look at this completely as like an alien. But it's a team, so it's like, yeah, that rest of they have to operate as a unit, and when you have somebody that could be possibly dead, it's hard to just keep on. It's like a family member.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, I can go to work even though so-and-so's in the hospital, but it's pretty tough to pay attention.
Right. And for it to happen like that where the guy just collapses, like it's one thing if he gets hit and breaks his neck or something and he's not moving.
Yeah.
That was a football play. This, he gets tackled, he stands up and just collapses. So it didn't, it did happen with the football play, but that wasn't the reason why this happened. I think it would have happened regardless. Yeah. At first, I thought it was like a collapsed lung or something because he got hit in the chest, and then and then they were like, oh, they had to do CPR and all that stuff. But if it's cardiac arrest, I mean, you would think that would happen anyway. I don't know if a hard hit would trigger that, but he is also 24 years old, so like you would think he'd be healthy enough to.
But if you get hit in the chest hard enough, that's how Dale Earnhardt died. I read that in a tweet. I don't know if that's actually true or not. I'm just re-quoting.
I thought he died in the car accident.
Well, yeah, but what actually killed him was a steering wheel hitting his chest.
Oh, okay.
And he died of cardiac arrest that way.
Gotcha.
I think his son died. Dale Earnhardt Jr. also died.
I think he's still alive.
Is he?
Yes.
I have to Google this now. So Twitter is really leading me astray. So
I'm pretty sure Dale
telling
Earnhardt Jr. is still alive.
So you're telling me the cardiac arrest of this football player was not due to the brain-eating amoeba that has been released by China?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. That's another one that was another lead I was going to try.
I'd go with the vaccine over that.
Okay, got it. I've just seen Alex Jones talk about a brain-eating amoeba. What was I looking for? Oh, Dale Earnhardt Jr. I think both Dale Earnhardts are dead.
I don't think so.
I think they're both.
I don't think so. I think you're way off. I think Dale Jr. is fine.
I don't know. Let's see. Junior. He is officially
alive.
Okay, he is 48 years old. So that is true. He's still ticking.
All right. Good to clear that up.
All right. Well, someone else died then. Who
Barbara Walters.
Well, not Barbara. She didn't die in a car wreck.
Princess Diana?
That one did. But there was another
Macho Man?
Who was the other famous?
Macho Man?
He was in a race.
Paul Walker?
I was gonna say famous car racer.
Paul Walker?
That's closer, at least.
Macho Man died in the car.
Did he? Oh yeah, he
he
did.
had a heart attack while driving, and he hit a tree.
Maybe did he hit the tree first and then he had cardiac arrest?
No, he had the heart attack first.
Oh, all right.
That's why he steered off the road. Well, he was having a heart attack. His wife was in the car, and she steered him off the road so they wouldn't hit another car. They hit a tree, and he died.
Oh. Well, who's the other? What was that other NASCAR driver though? Famous wasn't like Tim Roberts or something like that. Who was the other? It was Dale
Ricky
Earnhardt.
Bobby?
No. It was a real person. It was Dale Earnhardt and his son. But who was the other big one?
There was Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon. He's dead, isn't
No,
he?
he's not.
I'm gonna look him up. Hold on a sec. Jeff Gordon.
Is this going to turn into episodes that are like dead or alive? We're just going to name people, and you're going to be like, "Yeah, I think he's dead," and nope, they're all alive.
Somebody else died.
It was Paul Walker,
Well, I know he's dead, but there's
Macho Man.
There was the jackass guy who died in a car. Didn't
Okay.
he died in a car. Yeah.
Didn't like Hogan's son kill someone in a car? or
Yeah, he
something?
murdered someone in a vehicle.
Okay.
He actually went to prison for that. I forget how long.
All right.
So Hogan's son is officially a murderer, technically, is what I've read. I read that Hogan's son, Nick Hogan,
Yes,
I got that name right,
Nick Hogan
may have murdered someone with his vehicle.
may have.
May have. As I say
Not
that,
confirmed.
because I know that the Hogans like to litigate over what's said in the public.
Well, Hulk Hogan, I heard, has a certain size penis, but Terry Bollea
Yeah.
doesn't have that size
No,
of a penis.
Hogan has a thermos penis. Terry Bollea has like
an average penis.
it's like an average penis, but he's such a big guy. Even an average penis kind of looks like a shrimp cocktail, in comparison. But Hulk Hogan. Because that's what, that makes sense. Because Vince wouldn't hire a wrestler that didn't have a thermos penis.
Yeah.
that's
He wouldn't.
no.
They wouldn't hire Terrence Howard.
no. Talk about a micro penis.
Yeah.
That is really.
I just told someone that the other day. They like brought up Terrence Howard. I'm like, he's got a micro penis.
He's got a micro penis and he's broken. He's broken
He
with
thinks
his math.
he thinks 1 + 1 is, or 1 × 1 is 2.
1 × 1 is 2.
That was an episode.
That was a good one. We learned a lot.
We did learn a lot.
That was so
Terrence Howard math.
But
We
yeah,
gotta stop listening to math from celebrities.
yeah. Well, I mean, you never know though. You might end up on the right track with one of them somewhere. Some celebrity out there has to know what's going on. I know.
I'm gonna go with Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory.
Maybe he might.
He probably
know.
knows.
He might know.
He seems like a smart guy.
Isn't he gay too?
Yeah.
He's gay.
Yeah.
You know who else is gay? Andy Dick.
He is?
Well, he's bi. I think he's bi. He's been married to women before. I went on a deep dive on that on a stream like a month ago, and he's still alive.
That's how you kill a party. You bring Andy Dick in.
Yeah, he's bringing a little Andy Dick in
Yeah.
there. And he's basically homeless, and he's living in an RV, just drinking booze. He has a water bottle, like that water bottle right there.
Yeah.
Now take the scissors and just cut where the Kirkland label is on that.
Okay.
At the top, just cut that off. That's that's his cup he uses for liquor. He just drinks it out of that.
How do you know this?
Because we spent about 10 hours watching footage.
So he's not like a hippie that lives in the van. He's
No.
broke living in
yes,
the van.
he's broke. He's fucking drunk. He's been arrested. He's a mess. So he's still alive. So it's interesting. Sometimes when you look at like celebrity, and it's interesting to look at like if you're an actor or a musician or something in the public eye and you have some level of fame, you kind of have to do that forever. Because if
Yeah.
you don't, everyone's going to be like, oh, look at this failure. Like Andy Dick.
So, one of the documentaries that I watched was about the Real World, the first
yeah.
2 seasons.
Yeah.
And one of the guys on there was like, he said the worst thing in the world is to be famous with no money.
Yeah.
Because people come up to you and it's just annoying because you're broke and they know who you are.
Which is crazy because, well, it's okay. There's 2 things. Number one, yes, absolutely, and that's where I was going with Andy Dick and who's the? Oh, he's dead now, but he was the
Josie?
short black kid from Different Strokes. What's his name? Gary Coleman.
Yeah.
Like he was so broke, his parents took all his money. He was, as an adult, had to work as a security guard.
Yeah.
Imagine getting fucked with as a security guard because you're one of the most famous sitcom stars of the 70s and 80s. Yeah.
Like he's gonna arrest you or like tell you he's like a mall cop and he's like,
Yeah.
get out of that story. Like, what you talking about, Willis?
Like that's gotta really
Yeah.
suck. Wrestlers, there doesn't seem to be that stigma attached because there's a lot of wrestlers.
Virgil?
Yeah, Virgil, he's lonely, you know. They just some of them will create, they have little businesses for themselves or whatever, but a lot of them it's kind of like understandable, like, yeah, they ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
They got nothing going on. But there's not, but that's the thing with fame. So kind of going what you're talking about, like, yeah, to be famous, but to have no money. However, and I think there's a change coming. I think there's a change coming where if you have some fame and you play your cards right online, you can actually print money.
Yeah,
essentially.
you can be an influencer.
Yeah, but you're not making. You can. Here's the problem, though. You can be fairly famous, but you can be a professional influencer, quote unquote. But you're still only bringing in maybe like $70K a year.
Right.
I mean, it's not bad money, but you're not. You know what I mean? You're not able to live.
Yeah.
In Hollywood off that.
Right.
You got to go live in the Midwest. I mean, that's what all the porn stars do. By the way, I learned this.
Well, Kendra Lust lives by us.
Yeah, that's true. Ohio and Michigan, a ton of them, because it's cheap as fuck to live here, and then they just fly out to do their whatevers, and then they bank their money on selling whatever they sell on their Instagrams.
OnlyFans and shit.
Well, there's OnlyFans now. Yeah, that's true. Now it's all the OnlyFans stuff. But
Mandy Rose got fired from WWE for that.
Really?
She was in NXT and she was the women's champion for like 400 days, like over a year. Like they were building her. She has one of those sites, not quite OnlyFans, it's like Live Fans or Loyal Fans or something else.
Yeah. Is she doing porn on there? Or?
She posted a picture of her. She was naked in a pool, but the water only went up to like her tits, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Went up to her tits, but you could see like her nipples underneath the water,
okay.
and WWE let her, like, had her lose the title and let her go, and she made $500,000 her first day after WWE.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, because now it's all
Like she
that
became
money.
like, I don't know if she was a millionaire before, but I think she became like a millionaire like within a week.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like there was stuff on Twitter about it, like people like, congratulations, Mandy Rose, you became a millionaire. Like,
Well, the problem,
hot as fuck,
the
but-
problem is
and she looks like a porn star.
well, yeah, most of the female wrestlers now, it's pretty indistinguishable. If you look online, it's like it's surprising because I don't follow wrestling as much anymore,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still suggested to me a lot on Instagram, and probably because of the 64-bit Legend account and all that. But there's times where you get like the suggested. And they're always just hot girls,
Right.
And there's a few times where I'm like, "Who is this person I'm looking at? Is this a porn star?" And I was like, "No, it's a wrestler," or vice versa. Sometimes you're like, because they're always at the gym.
I don't
Get a lot of work done.
I don't think it's as bad as like the Attitude Era into the next era with like Trish Stratus and those girls, because those
the
girls
tits aren't as big.
Those girls were more like fitness models.
Yeah.
These girls are more athletic and more, they do more moves and shit. They're not stripping each other.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the tits aren't as big because they can't be as big because that causes a lot of injury.
Like, in the last 10 years, ass has taken over the world.
True. Which by the way, the Kardashians are shrinking their asses. I found this out. Not even. I haven't seen it. I've just been hearing about it. I haven't done the research to back this up. From what I'm understanding, though, and girls are kind of upset about this, at least from what I pick up. Now, granted, I am getting older. I may be getting more out of touch. Someone may be listening to that like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
This is
what if they
bullshit.
all go trans and then girls are just like, let's go trans? Because like that's why everyone wanted the big ass, because of Kardashians, right?
Yeah.
I
Well, so yeah, what I've heard is they've shrunk the asses down, and after all these people got all their butt implants, now that it's not a fashion,
Right.
and it's like it all comes cyclical. Like I remember growing up, it wasn't about asses. It really is really just about being skinny. And let's be honest, ladies, I know there's probably one
Ladies.
listening. Here's the biggest. You want to look attractive? Here's the biggest thing you could do that'll help you for the most part.
Don't be a bitch.
There's that. But you just got to lose weight. You just got honestly. If you're thin, you got a lot going for you.
Yep.
You got a lot going for you. Guys are willing to. There's a lot of other things you can do. Just that's all you really got to do. I was sifting through, I should say, like Tinder and stuff.
Yeah.
Over the holidays, and that's like the biggest thing is like I will swipe right as long as you're not really big.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it really takes.
And then every
simple.
every time I swipe left on a big girl, it's like you missed a match. And
Yep.
I'm like, God damn it.
Yep. Those are always the ones. And it's like it's all you got to do. And I understand it's tough to lose weight. I try to like juggle my weight, but I never get myself out of control.
Right.
There's a threshold where I'm just like I'm just not going to eat anymore.
Yeah.
So it's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. I've always been an ass guy though. Ever since I was young.
I can't do. The problem is if they got a big ass and no tits, it's usually a bad combination. You know what I mean? If they got to, for my opinion, they got to have both.
Well, see, if they have a nice ass and big tits, usually they're a little thicker.
Yeah, but that's fine because it's all what's the
Proportion?
word? Proportions are also very, very important. If you don't got any tits,
Like
ladies,
I
just
told
don't be
someone
big.
the
It
other
looks
day.
ridiculous.
I told someone the other day that when we were in high school, I was such a horny teenager that I could tell which girl was walking further in the hallway based on her ass. Like I knew everyone's fucking ass, what they look. Well, not girls, not guys. But-
Yeah, and back then it was the low sitting jeans.
Yep, and the beginning of like the yoga pants
Yeah, yoga pants.
because they weren't called yoga pants. They were just
Yeah.
like black tight pants.
Yeah, but they would sit low because then the thong
Yeah,
would stick out.
yeah.
That was like the fashion trend. That was what was big, and that's apparently that's coming back.
That's awesome because that's a great trend.
Yeah, it's so. What I like about it right now is that it's like I am in my 30s and I'm now able to be fashionable again because all of the stuff I used to wear, people are wearing now.
It's
Even
going
the-
back to the early 2000s.
Yes, people are wearing baggier clothes
Yep.
all of a sudden, which it's funny because for the longest time wearing more form-fitting clothes bothered me until I got over it, and then I started wearing. Now I'm comfortable with that. Now it's got to go back, and I'm like, I just got comfortable.
See,
with
I'm not a fan of chicks wearing the baggy jeans.
this. No, I'm not. That's a big that one will go away.
That
over
or
time.
like I don't know what it is, but like when chicks wear their pants over their belly button, I don't like that either.
yeah. That's
Too high.
It's a little
Show
too
the
much.
belly button.
Yeah,
You
but the
know.
problem is they don't want to,
Right.
Because they got the belly button's going to hang over the pants.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. That's why that trend got so popular because it's like, oh great, we can just hide everything
Yeah.
like a sausage casing. Like that's what it'll be like. I'll never forget. It was like 2013 ish where that really started taking off, and I remember it was like there's these girls that they look attractive, but I'm like, it's all like tightly compressed like a fucking sausage. And then as soon as you take all that out, it's just all gonna just release. You ever get the
It's like-
Pillsbury dough
Yeah.
things and you pop it open and just the dough starts spilling out of the sides? That's what it'll be like.
It's like one of those cans with the inflatable worms. Like
Yeah.
and it just shoots everywhere.
Yeah. That's the problem. So I'm kind of glad it's going the other way, and it's like, hey, maybe, let's be a little bit more thinner. Let's not eat. Hey, guess what? Food's getting expensive.
Dude, yeah, because like
So just
I'm-
don't eat as much.
I'm actually digging, if you can pull it off, I'm actually digging the crop tops coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's always a good one
but
too.
girls our age won't usually wear them because
No.
they usually have a little bit more weight on them.
Yeah, or they've had kids and it's a little
Yeah, that's
worn out there.
that's
too.
pretty much what
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Most girls our age either have kids, married, something,
Yeah.
or just don't give a fuck.
No, yeah, there's a lot of just not a lot of not giving a fucks. But no, but you know what? It's a new year.
It's a new day.
And these are the things that we have to take in for the new year. There's a lot of self-improvements that need to happen. We need to get with the times. I am making it, as always, a big focus to be timely, as in a man of time.
A man of time.
Man of the time, I should say.
A time man.
Not timely as in like on time for things,
Father
because I'm never
time.
that. But
Father time.
yeah, they can call me Father Time as I get older.
All right.
Because I'm man of the time.
Man of the time.
They're like, man, how are you so time? How are you of such
Good time. Good timing.
How are you like that? Yeah. But no, it's I always, now maybe it's because I don't have any kids. I'm not married, so I have a lot of time on my hands to do it. But I always try to know what's current.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's always a big thing for me where I always have to expose myself to new things because my biggest fear, one of my biggest fears, is to be out of touch.
See, that's how I already feel. I already feel like I'm way out of touch on everything.
See, I don't like that though. I
don't either, but I don't know how to get back in.
It's the internet. You just got to explore new things.
Like Internet Explorer?
Kind of. Well, what I do is because the algorithm wants to keep you in your little feed,
Shell.
or your shell, your bubble of the same stuff over and over and over again. So what you have to purposely do is I have other accounts that I will go on, and that algorithm, I'll just look at I'll go on YouTube and I'll just look at their main trending page. And just like, what is trending in the world right now? I know I'm not going to like half of all this stuff. Or I'll go in new music. What is the new music now? What is
Dua Lipa.
Cool? Is it Dua Lipa? That's popular music. But I want to know
Taylor
what's
Swift.
cool, as in like it's kind of popular, but it's not pop music. You know what I'm saying? Like it's back in the day, there was music that was really popular when we were in high school that wasn't on the radio. You know,
Like-
people had it in their CDs, like Manny Fresh, or
Obi Trice.
Obi Trice. Yeah,
There's one that I'm. It's not Corpse Smoke, but
Corpse.
what's the one I'm thinking of? It's not Corpse Smoke. You guys, like Colin used to listen to it.
I don't.
Uh,
Cheddar Boys.
No, not Cheddar Boys. It was like a rock rap thing. They smoked a lot of weed.
Cypress Hill.
No, not Cypress Hill. More underground.
Cottonmouth
Kings.
Kings. Yeah, Cottonmouth Kings.
Corpse
Okay.
Smoke, Cottonmouth Kings, same fucking thing.
It's like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like Cottonmouth Kings.
That's what I mean. Corpse Smoke.
was popular for like a minute.
Dayton Family.
Date Family was popular for like a minute. It was like a solid 6 months. Everyone was like, yeah, 3-6 and Dayton Family, and then everyone kind of like, okay, it's still good, but it's not like our
But
go-to.
that
all
was
the
just
time.
our group, though.
But that's what I mean, though. The groups are still there. It's just bigger because it's online now. So I want to know what's.
I think Manny Fresh is still hot.
He could be. I don't know. I don't know if that's what the kids are listening
that
to.
damn brown CD with one good song on it.
I don't even remember the songs. I just know it was just that. Yeah, Manny Fresh and
Papa J Fresh.
Papa. That's a different person.
Baby. Birdman.
Birdman. Yeah. It. Yeah. It just all of a sudden I just had a flashback of the Carter. What was it? Was it the Carter 2 came out around that time, or is it the Carter?
Maybe
The first one,
the first one.
2004, 2005. Yeah.
No, that's the second one.
The second one was that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
The
big.
first one. The first one came out before. The first one I think came out around Manny Fresh time.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah, because
I think it was like 2003.
because that was a
Four.
great example. Like the Carter 2 comes out, everyone's all about Lil Wayne, and I'm like, I can't get with this. This ain't it. And everyone's like, Lil Wayne, can't get enough. Then I finally was like, okay. And by this time, though, it was like 2013. I was like way late. And I was like, all right, I'm going to listen to the Carter 2 and 3. I don't think 4 had come out yet. Maybe. And I'm going to listen to them front to back. I need to understand. I need to be exposed. I listen to them. I'm like, it's not bad.
So you were
not
like the South Park episode where everything just sounds like shit.
Well, it didn't. No, it wasn't necessarily. It sounded like shit.
'Cause
It
that's
was
how I
just,
feel
I was closed off, and I didn't. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to come at this with an objective ear. Like I want something. I want to see if I can understand why people like it. And I was like, okay, now I understand it. But for a long time, because it was so popular, I was like, I don't want it. Like it doesn't click with me right now, and everyone seems to like it, and I don't understand it. So instead of me trying to understand, I would just kind of like push it away. I'd be like, no, I don't want any of it.
See, what I found myself doing is the last few years with music, I don't give rap a chance. Like, I'm like, this isn't going to top the stuff I like.
Yeah.
But I actually do like the only stuff that I like is like the poppy shit.
Yeah.
Like the catchy stuff.
It's easy to listen to. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah. I
it
fell
puts you
into
in a
that.
good mood.
I fell into that too for a while, but like, I haven't done it in a while because I haven't been going to the gym as I should be. That was usually my time. Like I go to and that's why I need to get back in going to the gym. Not even just to be healthy, but just like
Same.
to expose myself to different things. Because I would just take on like, okay, everyone's talking about. There was this for a minute. He was I forget why, but he was controversial on TikTok. It's a rapper
Lil
called
Nas X?
Close. It's called Lil Darky, and I was like, "What is this about?" And it's kind of it's edgy. It's very edgy stuff. But it was like, okay, this isn't too bad. All right, I'm kind of. Or Lil Nas X was another one, even though he really just had like a big single,
Right.
And then that was it.
And then he fucked the devil in a video or some
Yeah,
shit.
and that single was pretty big too. But we just all flash. But I can understand it. Like I understand, and so I want to take it in and just like learn. Like, or I would go and be like Royce da 5'9". I was like, I haven't heard him in forever. He's got a new album came out. This was like 2019.
Right.
I was like, I listened to the whole thing. I was like, it's not bad. All right, what else I got? So I would just expose myself to all these different things.
I always just feel like I listen to it once and then I'm done. Like I never go and repeat listen like with like Eminem albums or like you said Royce, or I tried like one of Drake's new ones that I thought was fucking garbage. It was just him singing on every fucking track.
Well, what it becomes is like I usually have to listen to something about three. If there's a vibe that I like about it, I listen to the whole thing, and if the general feel after I'm done is that's a decent vibe, I'll add the album to a playlist, and I do it for the course of a year. And I stopped doing this probably last year, but I want to start doing it again. So I'd add it to the playlist so that by the end of the year, I have this big playlist of complete albums, and I would put them on shuffle, and then that would be like the soundtrack for the year. And then over time, I take out the ones I don't like, and I chisel it down. And it was like this whole system. So like in 2020 was the last time I think I did 2020. No, well then when COVID happened. So actually I haven't done it in like 2 years then. So it was like 2021 I stopped, and I tried, but you just couldn't go to gyms and all that shit.
Yeah.
But I did it where it would just be like the Eminem albums would come out, and there was like a vibe. So there were songs I liked. Now, overall, do the new albums hold up like they used to? No, but for at least a year, I have a few Eminem songs that kind of click, and I'll go back to.
See, when I was going back to our last episode, when I was a brown elf, that's what I would do too. I would pick up like especially on a Saturday, I'd put my earbud in, pick up like the new Kanye or whatever,
yeah.
and just go through the whole thing and be like, oh, okay, I probably won't. I like old Kanye better, so I'll just go back to that. But
Yeah.
it's good for a good listen, whatever.
Yeah, it would just kind of expose or catching up with artists that kind of like disappeared, like DMX. So he died.
Yeah,
2021 ish,
Something like that.
But he was working on an album and it got wrapped up right after he died. And I listened to it. It's not it's not great.
right.
A lot of features. I'm sure it was easier to get the
Yeah.
features once he died. I'm sure some of those came in afterwards. But
Kind of like Tupac.
yeah. But there was a lot
Or
of good
Biggie
features
duets.
on it. Yeah, Jay-Z made an appearance on there, Snoop Dogg. There's a bunch of really interesting stuff, and the production was really good. But there just wasn't anything that really popped. Busta Rhymes, same thing. He put out a big album. It was like a double album. It's good, but it just, it wasn't something that had anything that was going to grab me. So I have to expose myself to it in order to maybe find one or two songs that I like. And it's like an investment of time. And so I guess that's my overall point is music is a little easier because you have all these platforms that kind of curate this stuff. Because that it's like, well, songs usually 3 to 5 minutes. We want you listening for hours, so we got to give you some shit.
Yeah.
YouTube right now is like I'm in a rut where I'm not interested in any of the because I watch a shit ton of YouTube.
Right. See, I don't. I never got into YouTube videos except for like I'll get down rabbit holes of like either like conspiracy theories, wrestling shit, and shit like that. Like I never like I couldn't tell you one fucking Paul Brothers fucking video. You know what I mean? Like I never got into that shit.
It's kind of a scene. So that's what makes it kind of interesting is like there's different scenes amongst that. And I feel me personally, since I create content myself, I have a general interest to be like, what is current?
Yeah.
What's out there right now? What's current out there? A lot of it I'm not exactly interested in. A lot of what I like is more niche stuff where people argue or podcasts in general and things like that. But right now it's kind of like everything I'm listening to, I'm not interested in. So I'm at this stage of like, how do I find new shit? And I'm going and letting the algorithms kind of pick it that way. And that's why I never watch new movies. Like I was talking to someone recently and they were like, have you seen this? I was like, I haven't seen a new movie, like a new movie that I've never seen before since the Batman movie that came out a year ago.
I saw Violent Night. That was good. It was entertaining.
Okay.
I saw it over Christmas break.
That's usually how I'll see it. I mean, yeah, I saw I think the last aside from a big movie that like a Batman movie that I would go see, or there was the Sonic movie that came out over the summer. Outside of that, that's the only way I see stuff. I saw the one, I think it was like last Christmas. I saw, what was it, with Leonardo DiCaprio. It was the Netflix movie, Don't Look Up.
Yeah.
That one, I watched that at my parents' house. But that was the only thing new. But since then, I haven't watched a new movie since the summertime. It's been since the summertime. I haven't seen TV shows. I don't really watch. Like I just don't, because it's like I want to binge watch it, and then once I'm done, then I'm like, well, now what?
Right.
Now I've reached the end, and now I got to go find something else.
That's how I just want to watch it and be done with it.
I don't mind that, but that's why I get more into the internet stuff, is because it's endless. There's always something new every day.
Yeah.
You know, there's always a new video out at least every day or at least every week or something.
A new guy entering the Rumble.
And well, there we go. See, this is
Full circle.
Yeah, it comes around full circle. There's something new every day. And that is what my resolution for 2023 is, that if you like the 64-bit Legends and what we do as a whole, you are going to be excited because there's going to be a lot of new stuff every day. Right now, yes, it's new entrant to a Rumble every day. Every day.
Every day.
Not only do you get the podcast, not only do you get the streams, there's more coming. There's been I got my YouTube. We got some videos going up. We've got some other plans in the works, and so this is going to be great. If you're a person, and I hope you are, because I don't know what else you're doing if you're listening to this, is that you listen to a lot of stuff on the internet or watch a lot of stuff on the internet. We're going to be a big part of your life. You're actually going to be sick of us.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much.
I mean, yeah, you got the other short series podcast, the Sopranos, right?
Oh, it hasn't been released. It hasn't been announced.
Oh,
that's a secret.
That's a secret.
That's
all right.
a secret. Well, it's
forget
not a
you,
secret anymore. But yes,
forget you heard that.
There's some projects in the works.
B&T got a new show coming out on YouTube. Called might as well just fucking say it, called The Legends Layover.
Ooh, The Legends Layover.
So look out for that.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, that's it that we can announce. There's some stuff. There's definitely going to be some stuff happening.
We got a whole list of guests that we want to bring on this year.
Yes. Oh yeah. There's gonna be a lot of guests. We're gonna be doing a lot of big stuff. So, with that being said, the Rumble. Now this is probably not gonna come out till closer to the Rumble, because we got a couple. We're backlogged.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this now, you're like, well, what are you talking about? The Rumble's happening probably like a week from now. That's good.
January 31st.
January 31st,
Tuesday.
which is a Tuesday. I just got to make sure. I may have to make some arrangement. We're gonna make sure that that's done correct, and we're gonna do some big stuff for that.
We have this.
I was gonna say something, but I don't want to say it.
Are we gonna? Did we already announce the returning of the other show?
Which other one?
The 64 Bits of Love. It's coming back, baby.
Oh no, I forgot about
the 64 Bits of Love is coming back.
Right. Yes. That's going to be big. A lot of people are wanting to find love this year, and
Yep.
I think it's going to be it's a good time to do it.
We have 14 beautiful bachelors.
Yes, and people are gonna flip, and they're gonna want all of them. It's gonna be
Yep.
hard to pick just one.
It's going to be hard. One lucky lady is going to be able to go on a significant date
Yeah.
with a significant other.
We just have to find a lady.
We do have a lady.
Oh, you got one?
I got a lady.
Okay, all right.
I got
good.
a lady in the works. She's moist for some of these guys.
Ooh, I like that.
So-
Sounds good.
Yep.
There's nothing like a moist lady
Nope.
around a bunch of men.
Yep. You can smell the moisture coming off of her.
Bunch of men by the likes of Phil Pryback.
Yep. Men at moist.
So it's
Phil Pryback might be coming back. Who knows?
It's so moist in here. I'm choking. Let's hope so. Let's hope he.
Terry Lou Kreckler. Who
I
who
forgot
fucking
about Terry
knows?
Lou. Fuck, what was the other guy? Duke Pendergrass.
Duke Pendergrass.
That guy was killing it. Literally killing a toilet.
Wally Shibley or whatever his name was. The dead dog guy that turned into
Wally Schibble.
that may have turned into Chip Diggins.
I forgot about Chip Diggins too. Was it Chip Diggins was in the Rumble
Yeah,
last year, right?
because he had to bury his pup.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
There was a conspiracy theory about how Wally Schibble or whatever the hell his name was, went off the dark side.
Chip Diggins.
Life's a garden. Diggins, Chip Diggins.
I forgot about
He
it.
was gonna bury his shovel in your wife's pussy or something.
That's right.
So maybe Blade and Zane Hockenship.
Oh, the Hockenships.
They do everything together.
Here's the thing. That first year, we did fucking
28.
60. Well, we had the month before.
Yeah, we had
And
58 characters.
By the end of February, we were fucking scraping the. I mean, one of them we just put a gnome in there.
We had Nomeo, and then we had the guy with the paper bag. We had Bibble.
It was so.
We had Alan Fern. Remember Alan Fern? He was the guy with the Jason mask and the machete.
Oh, that's right. His
But
thing
he was
got
like a hopeless romantic.
his got taken down on one of the platforms. I forget because he had
I
a
think it was
machete.
TikTok.
That's right. That was, I can't believe it was 2 years ago. Fucking Alan Fern. What a fucking.
What a name. What a guy.
What was his? Wait, he was trying to look for love
Yeah.
with a machete. Wait, what was? His
Yeah,
name?
he was like he was Miss what's the word? Like misunderstood. He was misunderstood.
What was he? Was he angry? Was he willing?
No, he was very like calm and
He
and-
just had a machete.
yeah, and like he said like, I have this bad rep because a lot of my girlfriends go missing, but he's like I like rom-coms and
I don't remember this one.
and he was a very gentle soul. He didn't get picked.
No, I get. But yeah, Vic Murphy won that one. That was a big deal.
He should have never been in.
Oh man, everyone loves Vic Murphy.
No, they
he's a
don't.
sensation.
No, he's not.
People love Vic.
No,
He
they
got
don't.
like him and all those fucking Palombos. He's got like dude,
Yeah, that was the first Palumbo was ever seen.
Oh yeah, Doug Palumbo.
Let him watch.
Did Doug Palumbo make it in the Rumble last year? Did he?
I know he wrestled. I don't know if he. I know he wrestled at Mania, but I don't know if he was in the Rumble.
I like that we talk about these people like they're real. Was Doug there? Do you guys remember seeing Doug?
Doug Palumbo of the
gonna-
Palumbo clan.
I gotta look him up. I gotta find out now. Yeah, but there's so many Palumbos. I mean, and they're very progressive. They're a progressive group.
I don't think Doug Palumbo was in the Rumble.
I think you're right. Yeah, I'm not seeing Doug Palumbo. There's. Wait, what is this? No, not Doug Palumbo. I forgot some of them from last year. I forgot about the fucking Motormouth Vaughn.
Yeah,
Luke Motormouth.
Luke Motormouth
You
Vaughn.
can always tell when we get to the end of the month.
And we're like, dude, just
Just-
fucking throw it together.
Fucking.
Well, Luke Motormouth Vaughn, he was supposed to be, I think he was supposed to be a rapper at first, and then we just
he?
changed it.
It's kind of like fucking. What was Deuce Slipfoot?
He was like the third entry in the first
he?
one. Yes.
No way.
Deuce with a lead foot.
I don't know. I don't even know what.
Going up your poop chute or something.
No, he was number 21.
Oh, okay.
Fucking big.
No,
Deuce.
Big Shit Kid was number 3, I think.
The big shit kid was number 3. It was.
All your guys look the same.
Yeah, that's what they. They're all related.
They're all Palumbo.
Everyone's got a style. I noticed this. Everyone has a style that do these. Like, you've got it where they tend to yell a lot of have a lot of, as someone described, violent sexual energy. Fucking, mine tend to, I don't know. They tend to just have a couple catchphrases and they just throw those out there.
Sam's has the same character.
It's literally the same He does the same thing every time.
Drew's like kind of a mix.
Yeah, that's true. He does. He's got a. He plays someone like super excited.
Yeah, he's versatile.
Yeah.
And then even T is T's kind of just, you know, whether he's Robert or T or Metaverse Mark, it's always just T in a mask. It's different sides of T. Even though he probably doesn't want to be compared to Robert.
No, that's true. It's all right. Sometimes you got to put those ones out there.
Sometimes you got to get a little Robert.
you got to
in
stretch a little. You know, I want to say probably one of the hardest ones for me was I'm trying to think.
Melvin Troy.
No, that one was too easy. Some of these, I'm looking at the other Love one from 2 years ago, and I could tell I did some of these right before I was about to leave. I was just like, this is just me in my clothes. This is not.
Or who is a sleepy boy?
Oh yeah, Sleepy Boy Ruth Crestiston. Sleepy Boy Barry Ruth Crestiston.
Ruth Crestiston.
It's Ruth Crest. It's RUTHCRESTINEN. Ruth Crestinen.
You can't even say your last name.
He was very sleepy. He was.
I think that was at the beginning too, right?
He was like number 4. Yeah.
We were running out of ideas after Fat Boy Fat.
Dude, yeah, Fat Boy Fat and Phil Pryback. And then we get into Daryl Finnegan. I forget what Daryl Finnegan's thing was. Oh, he was just a drunk.
Yeah.
He was just drunk, and then Sleepy Boy was sleepy. There's Brad Lee Cooper.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper. I think he almost won.
Now, I will say this. Varsity Stew.
He won the Rumble. Or
Oh,
no, he
no.
didn't. Varsity Stew was just in it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Fat Boy Fat won the Rumble, so he got his entry into it.
But Varsity Stew was one of the was he one of no, not in this one. Maybe on TikTok he was more popular. I think the most popular one from the first
Was Phil Pryback, I think.
He's up there. He's been outshined. Now, granted, it's been 2 years, so some of these may have collected some extra views. Honestly, the most popular Love contestant was Terry Lou Kreckler with 3,000 views.
Jesus.
Or no, I'm sorry, 2,500 views, roughly.
The TLC guy.
Yeah, then Phil Pryback was 998, and then Vic Murphy. Vic Murphy was actually, I think, the second or third highest. He had like 1,100. Him and Duke Pendergrass were up there. It was
Fixing a toilet.
I'm trying to see who was the least popular out of. It wasn't the Gnome, surprisingly. It was, I think, Daryl Finnegan was the worst.
Wait, he was the drunk?
Yeah. No. Franklin Moore. All right, now I don't remember even what the idea with Franklin Moore was, because he just looks like me. What was his gimmick? I don't even remember. Oh, this whole thing is
My mom got scared.
yeah. His whole thing is just fucking Fresh Prince.
He should slap someone this year.
He's just so
Franklin Moore should slap someone.
yeah. We gotta this year we could keep it to 14. We gotta trim it down.
And we'll have other people. We'll have Drew and Sam do some.
True, we do gotta get. Yeah, we gotta get some other. It was a little rough.
And we have a green screen for it this time.
It's true.
We don't have just a sign.
Yeah, that was another thing. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a professional setup now. You know what was interesting though? A lot of love last year. Oh, I don't want to cover this too much because I know we're going to do it for the podcast we do when we do the Rumble.
Yeah.
Which is probably around the corner here. But a lot of people were talking about Bubblegum Billy.
Yeah.
Bubblegum Billy was a big sensation.
He's going to chew you up.
Yeah.
And spit you out.
I almost want him to come back.
He's going to blow you again.
So there's a lot, but listen, we got to save that conversation for when we do that podcast because there's a lot to discuss there.
So if you're not following us, you should follow us. This is the big 2-month stretch.
Yes,
of
absolutely.
our content, the 64-bit Legends Rumble, the 64 bits of love.
Yep.
And we're trying to put out stuff almost every day. For the next couple months.
Yeah, you're going to be getting a lot of stuff coming at you hard and fast.
Hard and fast.
That's the way it's going to go.
There's no limp dicks around here.
Nope, we don't limp dick it.
We're taking hymns and we're fucking fast.
Yep. That's what we do. We fuck fast.
Like rabbits.
We're about 60 seconds. I'm in and out.
I'm 64 seconds.
All right, well that's
I'm
impressive.
64 bits of dick. If you've seen Seaman,
yeah.
his swimmers are swimming up to the ring. But until next time, again, follow us on social media. I am Bobby Caboose. He is Melvin Troy, 64-bit Legends. Check out the Legends Layover coming soon.
Yes.
Check out Melvin's streams. I don't know the schedule. You switch it up so many times.
By the time this comes up, there'll be a schedule. But yes, just pay attention.
Yeah. Look for the side projects. We'll keep you informed. And until next time, what you gonna do, brother? When Hulk Hogan and Bobby Caboose and Melvin Troy all enter the 64-bit